It's Madden NFL 23, and the spotlight falls on Bryce Hall. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Barons and the Pats, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's week 3 and we've got a good one in store between the New England Patriots and the Brooklyn Barons. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauton. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
So here are the Patriots now in excellent field position to start things out. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, he's going to have the hook up to Gage. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Jones. And he wisely will throw that one away. Tucker's kick is good, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 24 carries, 82 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Forced out to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Holding offense.
And that's on big Mekhi Becton, first-round pick in 2020. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Wilson. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Uncorks one for Davis. He's got him in. Complete. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 45 yards. But today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they deliver theirs. That throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he stopped immediately there. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now it's Wilson. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They'll try to run it here with Hall. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Throwing Jones. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
On 1st and 10, Jones. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
2nd and 11 now. Harris running straight ahead. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball gets to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Tucker's kick is good, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. That pass complete to Moore. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. From the gun on third down, Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On 1st down, right back to Hall. He'll take this to the 46. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 32-yard line. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. To throw is Wilson. Buying time to his, trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Pats are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run again with Harris. Dancing away at the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Back to throw. Jones. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he will have a Patriots first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Harris. And he's got some space here. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, he might be the best kicker the game's ever seen. And we've seen him hit from 66, which is the all-time record. But anything 60-plus, that's a very low percentage kick. Don't tell him he doesn't believe it. But this one winds up no good.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
They'll give to Hall. And able to get this to the 31. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now it's Wilson. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. But clearly that was a design play. I just don't know that it was the right design. Hey, your holder to have him pick it up and kind of be the power guy trying to run through the middle. Everything has to go right for that to work.
You mean you weren't relying on just great blocking to get him through? You kind of think maybe he can help make his own way if he's an actual running back instead of the holder? Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Offense returns to the field. There's the running back, the bruiser from Alabama, Damian Harris. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a tall sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turn into a heck of a DB, though, partner. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and that will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Straight ahead is Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Off the play fake, Jones. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. To throw again on second down. Jones, he's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They'll look to throw again.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
And the Patriots are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, this had trouble written all over it from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Now the Patriots gearing up to go now.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At the 41-yard line. Now Jones. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Looking to throw. Jones. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But
I was going for the edge.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself. And that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Ball again on second down.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. They bring their punter out there now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Patriots take over.
New England's offense set to go. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Jones, Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Jones throwing on first down.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Open man, the tight end Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Patriots will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Aaron's 3.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because
and intercepted. Wilson's third of the game.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Pats are going to take possession of the football.
Intercepted by the Patriots.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And really, you can't have a better situation than this. 1st and goal at the 1.
They'll try to run with Harris. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score.
Damian Harris with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Pats are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's more. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts who have the lead in that one. Teddy Bridgewater has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for New England. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for our home team, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Harris. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing Jones. He completes it to Henry. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Jones. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Jones. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead will stay put at 17. Well, when you got a kicker out there who's already missed twice, he definitely would rather have about a 30-yarder rather than one from a neighboring county.
Can we agree to just give him a pass on that one? It would have definitely been a way to turn his mood around, but instead, it's a 3rd miss and another scoreless possession.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Now Wilson on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards on the pickup there.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Patriots 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A handoff for Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And a check down complete to Hall. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. There's Hall bringing in another one. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. And this one is right through. And that will close the gap down to 14. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
49 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Hall again. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Back to the ground with Hall. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3.
Here's Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for him, too.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good gain of 12 yards that time.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their...
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here's a give to Hall. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. There's Wilson to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He dumps this one off here to Hall.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And his kick here is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. New England's offense set to go.
The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
On first down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
To throw is Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Here's Wilson. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And now out come the Patriots. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as good running gets him to about the 44. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now Jones. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And Davis has it over the middle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll run with Hall. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Hall again. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wilson. That's a screenplay here for Carter. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
A 2-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And on now is the punter as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 37. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
A gain of 6. That's good.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll get this down only to the 18.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Escaping the Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Patriots have it. A little careless with a football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Harris.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson.
That pass complete to Moore.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Hall.
Good move at the 30. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
77 yards rushing for him now on 25 carries.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
The Patriot offense back out, getting set to go. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Throwing, Jones. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple. Jones to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down.
And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Darius Slay on the coverage.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They go play action with Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And Davis with it left side. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 28.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Wilson will throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Elijah Moore.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Barons are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point up and through. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And the Patriots are going to recover, and that should just about assure victory. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
New England trying to get to place on offense.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll just get rid of it. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They spotted at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 2 touchdowns, 26 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Wilson's throw complete there to Moore.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Pats, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.